Guys, we are nearly an hour early today. There is a reason for that. Mostly, I have some things to take care of this morning, and I won't be around later, like in a couple hours or so. So I wanted to go ahead and get this stream going so that we at least did something today, even if we don't get to spend our usual hours together. So my apologies in advance to those that usually expect me an hour later than this and by whatever circumstances end up missing being able to join in on the live show. I do apologize, but it's better to have a stream than no stream at all. I've canceled so much lately. Um, I just don't want to do that again. So we're going to kick it off early today. There was some login issues yesterday, and I even had a little bit of that this morning, so fair warning, we may disconnect here and there. So far I've been in game for about 15 minutes or so, I think. Really didn't really clock it, but I haven't disconnected since I disconnected a few times before that, but now I've been sitting kind of stable like. There was some lag, like about several seconds worth. You'd like go to open up the housing AH section and it would like just be sitting there thinking. So just be aware that we may end up popping off and I'll try and get back in. But I don't know what happened. I assume it's something tied to the update that was yesterday, and there was just some quirkiness that came along with it. I saw the WildStar Ops tweet saying that they had fixed it or that they were aware of the issues and working on solutions, but I know I myself have already experienced some of it, so it's not completely gone. So just fair warning about that. So maybe it's a good thing that we're doing this early because there may be another hotfix coming in later today for all I know. Oh, are you having trouble? Well, I know I got booted off a few times this morning already. So far, I've been able to stay on for this one, so I thought I might better go ahead and zip in. Plus the fact that I'm going to be doing some other things later, and I wouldn't be able to stream later, so now is the best time. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we stay connected. But yeah, I saw some tweets from a lot of EUers saying that they were having issues. Not only with logging in, but just staying connected once they're there, or they'll get disconnected and then can't get back in. So let's hope that doesn't happen for us. But good morning for you, and glad you could join us. I know it's early, not my usual time. Good morning, Bones. Glad you could join us. I'm so happy that at least a few of you guys have made it. So today we're going to focus on some Decor previews. I went digging through the files this morning intermittently while I was trying to stay connected and discovered some new bits that I think you guys will be really interested in. So we're just going to open up the shopper. Now I haven't checked to see if these are on available on the housing vendor or if it's something else. So I don't know how they're obtainable if they're already in game. I just see the items, and I thought I'm going to show you guys. So the first bit is in the bushes and shrubbery. Let's see, I think it starts on page 4. We already saw some of this flat flower bushes, but now it looks like they've expanded it to add several different styles. And then we've also got these spongy pods that I didn't notice before. So those of you that are into making aquariums or underwater type of builds, a lot of these will be pretty fun to work with. They're just like elongated, not quite tentacle kind of things, but close. And of course, these would make interesting, like little lily pads of some sort. I can imagine folks using them for jumping pads, for oran builds, that kind of thing. Um, and yes, thank you for reminding me, Poi. Before we forget, I did notice on the dev tracker that there is a new post about the Dungeon Chase event that is currently ongoing. They deployed a hotfix yesterday, I believe it was, that the Protostar drill bot and the housing supervisor, that's the little Protostar guy that sits there and kind of talks NPC. Um, from what I understood, they were only going to be added to the crate a dungeon crawlers, but it looks like they did that and they put them as a direct buy from collector Devarn using big game bucks. So if you've got some of those big game bucks saved up and you've been looking for something to spend them on, now's your chance to stock up on Protostar housing guys and drill bots if you want them. I unfortunately haven't been doing any of the any of the events, so I have like $0 to spend. But I'm going to be keeping my eye on the auction house, and maybe I can get a hold of one or two cheapy ones. Fingers crossed. I also noticed this the Space Suite. They come in a little bunch, which is nice. A lot of us have to use several pieces just to get that nice little cluster going on. But yeah, these I really like the color of these. But I imagine they'd be great for like, especially if they have collision. Now, if they don't have any collision, you pass right through it like you do with some of the other bushes and stuff. Then yeah, they won't be used as jumping pads. But amazing if you can actually jump and land on these things. Enlarge them up, and they'd be great, like shrooms coming out of the sides of a giant tree, and just using them to jump up and down. But yeah, so there's several varieties of the spongy pods, um, just different sizes, amounts, shapes. Someone's got that big ball in the center, that kind of thing. Let's see, next is the lighting. I think a lot of people are going to love this when it becomes available. Again, I haven't checked to see if it's already in-game. I meant to, and then got sidetracked with some other things. But we've got the fluorescent lighting. And if you look at, yeah, it kind of flashes a little bit like a little piece of neon, like a neon sign. So you have this full on, it looks kind of like a misshapen donut of neon lighting. There's also the half with the little closed ends. There's the quarter shape. There's the long tube and the short one. I imagine there's going to be a lot of lettering done with these, especially if they're readily available. Now, it might not be the case if these come through the cash shop only, but I imagine a lot of people are going to love these. Of course, since they are in the lighting section, it's a very good chance they're going to count towards your lighting count, which is still locked at 40 for your entire plot, I think, or maybe it's inside and out, 40 per interior, exterior. But still amazing options. I can see a lot of people using these as all sorts of things, window trimmings, making their own neon signs, making some actual laboratory works. You know, we've been with the Soul Frost tubes, and now these tubes, I can see a lot of nice lab works coming in. And if you didn't spot it, there are some new Mordesh themed decor. This is a lamp. That's as big as I can zoom in there, but it looks like almost like a mace, because it's got like this spiky ball with the lighting in the center of it, and then it's on this little pedestal type thing. It almost looks like a palm tree design with the wires coming out, but how awesome is that? Um, Oh, is it combined? I was hoping it was like 40 in, 40 out, but well, I wish they would increase it. I understand the logic behind them not, especially, including the decor limit for just overall, but it's still frustrating, especially for those that use the lighting to really kind of, like for a night city kind of scape kind of thing. I know that's got to be tough. But for those of you that have been dying for some Mordish themed decor, there is some in the files. Again, I can't say if these are actually available in game yet, but this is a sneak peek at some of it. So, spiky ball on a palm tree stick. It's just, yes, there are. Just be patient. I will be getting to them. In the rocks section, let me switch to rocks. Where's the rocks? There we go. We have these beryllium. I can't remember if I've already shown these or not. This looks like stuff from like Palavar Point. So they might have already been in and I've already shown them, but they're still pretty cool looking. There's some pillars, spires, meteorites, and even a little hill, which I would be curious to know if this works like the snowy hill, if you flip it upside down and it maintains the base ground cover. And of course the arch. There's also the orb fungus behemoth. It looks like not quite webbing, but some kind of like see-through uh, edging there, and then the two little balls. These have glowing effects. You can see the lights. It even says glowing in the name. But I just spotted these, and I wasn't sure if we'd shown them before. I'm pretty sure I didn't see the little hill here. But that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Palavar Point. But nice landscaping items, especially the pillars. I know a lot of people have been wishing we've been having, different stones and types of, colored rocks and things other than the usual gray and sandstone. And this is a good start. I think it was either Cadium or Peregrine that previewed some browner looking types like desert stones, but I haven't seen those yet popping up. But that is in the rocks section. So the next section that's got some stuff is in seating. I think Bones will like this. We've got some Mordesh decor for the seating. This is the chair. You can see it's nice and shiny. It almost looks like it's transparent slightly, but it's got like all these like digital, almost like a, what do you call it, schematic type of thing on it. Almost looks like a rib here, and the feet of the chair look like syringes to me. I don't know if the hole in the chair that's in the back of the chair will, if you enlarge it really big, if you'll be able to walk through it. But how futuristically mechanical and creepy does that look? Very snazzy chair. There's also a sofa that matches. Got the same kind of digital schematic type of stuff going on. It looks like the cushion of the sofa is, or the surface of it is see-through, and you can see more digital markings on the interior. Can't actually flip the preview to get a better look at that, but I could see people using that, hiding this part and using that as a tub kind of thing. Circuit board, that's what the word, exactly, circuit board. But again, it looks like little syringes for the legs. Got a little antenna on the end. Looks like a mask almost. Now you see me keep moving around. I'm afraid I'm going to disconnect if my character goes A wall there. But pretty colors. It's a nice, what do you call it, aqua looking color. Not quite blue blue, it's like a green blue. And then you have those Mordish stool. Again, it looks like it's got something inside there, and you can see it's kind of glowing. It like pulsates slightly so that you can, it gets dark and then it goes, it looks like it's got an eyeball in there. I can't get any closer than that. I'm trying to get up there, but it looks like an eyeball in it, like the stalk with the eye on it. But again, it's got the little syringy feet, some weird little emblem on the side there. But yeah, it's kind of creepy. Yeah, it's kind of a bad word to use. It still brings so many other, so there might be a body part in there as well. I don't know. And I guess this kind of has an inner glow as well. You see me trying to look, look, and like, I can't see the interior. I want to see it. Uh, so the next one is, I keep wanting to type it, tables. So we got some Mordash style coffee tables. Again, you can see the interior is see-through. I imagine if it's just kind of empty in there, a lot of people will be using it for like display cases and things. But it's oval shaped. You can see that. Again, it's got like these little jewels on the side and then the syringe ends for the legs. Make a great casket. Have somebody laying inside there. Again, it could be used for a bed, a tub, swimming pool or something. Yeah, bathtub shape. Yeah, we could. I don't think they've added any of those in a while, but it'd be nice if a lot of this is easier access. But I suspect it's going to be a decor pack on the shop. I hate to say that because it's frustrating when it is, but I think that's more likely. That's the kind of the trend they've been going lately, is adding all of these snazzy decor packs on there. So here's the side table. It's really spacey looking. Again, it's got that little hint of a glow where it pulsates, so it becomes less transparent. It's got some kind of a little tubey thing going in. Maybe there's something at the top that, it's attached to, but again, you can't turn the preview to really show it. But I love the colors, and this is awesome looking. So yeah, it's going to be fun to see how these look, how we get them, if they're going to be available for everybody, that kind of stuff. I just can't think of anything other than, tubs and pools and I don't know, maybe this is like the bottom of a spacecraft or something. Moving on from tables, we have trees. The only thing I noticed new here is the Jelliant stalk. It looks like you could probably add several and then get, so it has extra tentacles and make some kind of new strange jellyfish out of it. But it's so pretty. It's like got glitter on it. It doesn't sparkle from what I can tell, and it doesn't like move or sway like some of the ones that we've seen in the past, but it looks like a skirt, a lady's skirt as well. It's very pretty color. Blade Runner Cyberpunk, that sounds like an interesting combo. Okay, and then the last one is in the wall decor. the portrait of Avra. You can see it's like a travel poster that's been framed in one of those silver frames. We have some gold versions from like the Luminari and the portrait of the soldier and all that. But the big difference is, one, the color, but two, it's been ripped, like shredded up, like someone destroyed it. And then, of course, the back looks completely different than the other frameworks. The others have like some bars and lots of other odd and end metal pieces. This looks like an actual frame. This would be great for a tabletop, a bathroom mirror, uh, a picture frame, even if you want to paint something in here yourself, uh, a faux door at a handle, windows. It's like a lot of things this could go for. But again, I have no idea if any of this is available readily. Yeah, I haven't checked. Let me check the housing thing. No. I kind of suspect that they wouldn't have it on here, but let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like any of them are on the housing vendor. Just with a quick check on lettering, but something to look forward to. Again, I don't know if they're in game already and just haven't been, discovered as to where they're coming from. But I suspect it's just things that are on the way, and more likely than not, it's probably going to be housing, the cash shop. But yeah, some things to look forward to. I hate trying to burst the bubble, but there's been so many items that we've been able to preview and that are still in the files and visible on the shopper that we still haven't gotten. So I don't want to sound like a party pooper, but it may be weeks before we see that stuff, but hopefully not. I know Peregrine's been itching to have Thanksgiving pass so that they can do some more previews of stuff. Oh, that reminds me, I did miss, where is it? There were some new bushes, I forgot the other ones. I think it's... yeah, the topiaries. We've had the green versions, the regular, I guess you'd call it. We've seen the autumn ones come out, and looks like we've got some winter versions coming in as well. I forgot about these. So it's basically the same pack, just different coloring each time, which is nice. I like that they're doing it that way, sort of. I still wish that the regular hedges, the single and the rectangular one, were available on the housing vendor, but more than likely these will be coming in as a decor pack of some sort, just like the others before it have. So something to look forward to if you're planning on building a winter plot. And one thing nice about these is, say you've used the green ones, for example, on your plot, and you want to change your plot for the seasons. It'd be easy to change these out, periodically with their counterparts, just in different colors. I don't know how efficient it will be. Probably just do that copy paste of the transformation, item per item, and then save the set and just have you a spring set, an autumn set, and a winter set, and it all look the same. But yeah, just some extra goodies to look forward to. Okay, so we got about a half hour or so to go. Um, I didn't really have anything planned as far as what we were going to work on today, so let's just see if we can figure out something. The last thing we did was the snail, I think, which I was real happy how he turned out. So let's just see what else we can do today. I found it fun to work with the domes, and I'm going to see if we can do something else with the domes. Give you guys some ideas, things you can try. Okay, take me forever to get the wall straight. Okay, so we have a wall, and let's put down a dome. I guess we need to grab one. I know some of you, or at least a few, even in the past, have tried making some like sculptures of people, and I thought it might be fun to try and let's maybe do a face. It's probably going to end up looking more like a voodoo hoodoo mask, but we'll see. I'm going to try my best to use the domes only, kind of like what we did with the snail. The only thing that's not domey is his stalks and the stands he's on, so let's see what we can do with this. Uh, I suspect some of the features like the nose and stuff is going to be the toughest. Notice I'm just eyeballing. It's just a quick. Uh, One thing I like to do sometimes if I'm just playing around, I'm not looking at any kind of reference or anything. I'm just goofing. Um, just do it completely freehand. Later, you can kind of go in and go, okay, this is like right at. Maybe I'll just round that off to 80 instead of 81.73. You can change that later. Just kind of see if it even is going to work like you expect first before you get all technical with it. That would be my advice anyway. I find that more fun. It's quicker as well if you're just kind of freehanding it for a while. Let's see. Let me do that again. Let's go with object. That's still going to be a little weird, isn't it? Don't know how easy this is going to be to mirror it on the other side. That is my worry. One looks bigger than the other. Yeah, it's like huge compared to the other one. Oh gosh. Let me try it this way. That's closer. Um, Trying to give him like a bottom lid, sort of. I think it's still too big. Something like that. We can flip this, I guess. We're going to do like we did with the snail and give him like a pupil kind of thing. Maybe like that. It looks kind of sad. For the mouth, I'd probably go with kind of like we did the one for the snail again. Let's see. He's a really sad looking little guy. Poor thing. Let's see, would it look better with both this way? See how it changes the expression? I mean, he still looks sad, but the lips look different because of the way I turned it. That way or that? I don't know. Kind of like it with this way. Sort of. For the nose, oh gosh. It's starting to look like a sad clown. That's what it that's what it looks like now. Um, I don't know about the nose. The nose is going to be tough because you kind of want to make the, I don't know what they call it, the bridge of the nose. Um, if you really poke this out, then it looks seriously like a clown nose to me. Maybe we'll kind of go with that. So we need to have some funky hair, I guess. I don't know how we're going to do that. Let's see. Try and get this flat. Just place that for now. And let's put it. Put that on the side. Let's do this. Excuse me. Let's see. Kind of like his collar. Whoops. Oh, for crying out loud. Again, it's just a lot of tweaking to try and get the shapes the same. It's the only trouble with trying to mirror um, something like this, because you see the numbers just jumbling all over the place. It's not like I can just do it at a right angle and leave it. I guess I could, but I'm trying to make it look a little more uniform. I really would like it if these went all the way to the edges. I think that would look better, but because of how I've done this, it's not going to work. Okay, let's see. Something I don't know if it'll look okay with this. I try and make it like it's got curly hair, or if I need to make it smaller. I don't think that looks right. Let me see about clown hair. I don't want to just do a big afro kind of thing. I was thinking about, and I don't really want to do like Krusty the Clown because I think that would be too obvious, but most of them show like afro-y and very curly. Maybe like a smaller bit. The only thing is the edges don't really show up too much. And it's going to be a lot of pieces to make the hair, I think. Poofy hair with a tiny hat. Oops, dang it. Keep hitting the wrong button. Maybe it's 3 to the side. Two. Something like that. Maybe, sorta. Cricket skull cap like thing. I have no idea what that is. What's a cricket skull cap? I don't know. Let's try this. We'll see. I doubt I'm going to get this other side to look the same, but we're going to try it. This is one of those things that you wish you could just flip it. You know, if these were discs, that would be so much easier, I think. Maybe not, maybe only in my head, but I like to think that it would be easier if they were discs. Let's see, where are we at? Number 3 here. And then that one. It's almost like fish scales, so this would be a good starter for a fish painting like this. And then I guess give him a little hat. Skull cap is a bit like a smoking. What? Oh, let me just look up clown hat. I see a jester hat. I see one that's kind of pointed. Bowler cap. Wow, there's all sorts of different ones. He's even got like a bow tie going on. Well, let's just see what kind of shape we can come up with, because again, I'm kind of limited using these Let's I meant to put that up 15. Let's try it at 10. Smoking cap. Okay, let me. Smoking cap. Oh, like a fez kind of thing. Let's see. How would that be? Like this? Maybe a little crooked. Sort of. I don't know. I think it looks weird that his hair is sticking out. Maybe I should just leave it straight up. Oh gosh, the poor fella. Oops. Sad clown is sad. Dove is anything. Oh, well, yeah, that's true, I guess. Oh gosh. Let's see, what else could we add? It doesn't have any ears. I don't think I'm going to be able to make those work and make it stand out from. I'm just going to pretend his hair's covering up his ears. Maybe oops. Don't know if this is going to look right. Probably should just try and put it on the hat. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, let's see. Just keep adjusting the size. Oops. I'm pretty sure I've gone over the 50 by now. Let's see. Oops. This one's like really hard to see. Why is that? It's like it blends in super good with the wall. I may have to change the wall so that it shows up better. Oh, have I? Oh, that's great news, boy. I'm sure you'll eventually be able to get back on EU. It's just, I don't know what the trouble is with that, but, wow, look at the back. It looks like a bunch of tumors or something popping out. It just looks weird. Okay, anything else? I don't know if I can make a bow tie. I'm hesitant to keep adding things because we haven't checked to see how many decor he's gone, so might actually end up being way more than we want. Um, that's too big. Maybe that's just too much. Doesn't not really need it. Yeah, I don't think it needs that. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's see. I kind of like him on the gray, but again, some of it doesn't show up very good. Just kind of tucking these in so that the little points don't show on the bottom. Not a necessary thing, it's just, I like tidy. um, you could probably like get into like making more, I don't know. Let's see, I wonder how he would look against the red. The flower stands out a little bit better. Maybe the color, I don't know, can't really make it smaller because of the way I did it. Maybe if I straighten it up, would that help? No, that won't work either because I have to tilt it to be able to make it a half shape instead of the whole thing. I don't know, what do you guys think? Dark background, keep it all stone looking. guess the big test is how many pieces is this thing. So let's start linking him up. We'll put it onto his face as the main piece. Probably could just say link all of the domes together, but yeah, definitely this could work really good for like fish scales if you're doing a painting of a fish like a koi or some other, like even a goldfish probably. No, because not all of the pieces would work good for like a 3D kind of feature, but you know, never know. Maybe you can figure out a way to do that. So again, he's got some imperfections. You can see it's not exactly the same from side to side, but I guess that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like I purposely made his hat crooked. Better with the exile wall. All right. Maybe I'll, depending on how many pieces he is, I may have to remove the flower. But if it's not too bad, we might add a little frame around him. That might work. Make it like a painting. You know, if I were willing to use other pieces besides the dome, then maybe I could make the collar a little bit more like I wanted, but I think it's fun. It's like an extra like challenge to yourself to try and keep it all the same piece. See, missed a few of these. And some of these. Okay, so just missing the flower, I think. One more leafy. Okay, I think that's it. Nope, missing an eyeball. Okay, Mr. Clown is all one grouping. Let's see how bad this is. Go to the museum, put it in clown, new. Oh, 53. I knew it was going to be bad. So I have to get rid of a few pieces for sure. I guess I'll just do away with the flower. Or maybe put just this part in here, and that would get rid of the stem and leaves. And that doesn't even include the framing, so that's even worse. I have to think. I could shorten his hat. That might help. Let's try this. I've got it saved. I'm going to make Clown 2 for the changes. I'm going to leave the original like I have it, and then let me just wait a minute before I do that. Let me save it, save it. Okay, so let's try and modify this a bit. Let's unlink these from the main one. Then link them back up to the center of the flower. Then I'm going to experiment and see if I can make a flower with fewer petals. That might help as well. So let's see. Doesn't have the same look, does it? Kind of, sort of. Let's see if we can bump this up. Well, wait a minute. Let me push this hat down. And see, I have a feeling it's not going to work right because this is on a curved part, so I'm not sure. Really still kind of blends in, doesn't it? Something like that. And if we keep the red, maybe the easiest way is to box it in like this. I don't know if that's going to work okay. Let me turn this to the side. And I don't know if this is gonna box it in nice or not. Like huge frame. A little bit of the trim showing here. If I push it to where it doesn't, then it looks off center. just ignore the flower that's up there. Just have to pretend that's not showing, because I have a feeling I won't be able to cover it up. I did that with the eye one, I think, or maybe it was another one we did. Might have been the butterfly or something, by adding extra pieces in, but I don't think I'm going to have that luxury unless I change how the hair is done. So let's see how bad this is. Grow. I think I got rid of pieces and then I added pieces, so it's not going to be, I imagine it's probably like 52, somewhere around there. 51. Oh, how close is that? Well, let's see. I really like the flower as it is. I hate to change that. Let me see if I can modify the hair. So let me do Clown 3 here, just in case I mess up anything. Always have some backups. Let me do a reload UI for that. Let me see if I can change the hair slightly. Maybe have some bigger curls instead of the fish scale looking type. Make it a little bigger. Make that one a little smaller. Actually, let's get rid of this. This down. So kind of the same look, just slightly fewer pieces and slightly different arranged, sort of. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can rearrange this. Probably just better to scrap this whole side so that I get them in the right height and position. And that one there. And last one. There we go. I think that's kind of sort of pretty close. Okay, so now I need to relink the ones that are new. Okay, is that all of it? I think so. So, clown 3. We should be under the limit now. $47, so we're doing good. That means I might be able to fix that as well. Okay. Get rid of this cruddy flower. There's another piece up under there, but we're not going to worry about that. Let's see if I can fix that so it's not showing that awful bit. Wow, that doesn't look right either, does it? No, I think we're just going to have to leave it. There we go. I'll just do it that way. It's going to be sticking out over here, but I'd rather that than have that. That is just annoying me. Okay, so there's our clown portrait. Mr. Sad Clown. Would we say 47 pieces? That's not too bad, considering. I mean, again, you could see how I had to adjust it, you know, too much detail and it just gets out of hand really fast. So, yeah, just gotta work with what you can, make adjustments as necessary. You know, the spirit of the picture is still relatively same compared to the first, but you know, there's just some slight adjustments that had to be made, shorter hat, that kind of thing. So there you go. That's our clown, and I think that's it for today, guys. I hope you had fun, and I'm delighted that at least one of you got some fresh ideas out of this to use towards your own creation. Um, but yeah, it just goes to show that a lot of the like basic building blocks, like the domes and things like that, can really be used for so many things. While it's not a, you know, an actual sculpture type of clown, um, you can see from the snail that that's also possible. There's just certain limitations to how you might be able to hide certain things. But maybe we'll try a full-on sculpture kind of head bust thing later. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should remove this. Does that look better without that top one? I want to say it does. What do you think? Without, you know, removing the top two and just leaving these four, you know, these, what, 6 pieces there? Like I'm looking at it without. I want to say it looks better without. But anyway, also, I hope you guys enjoyed the sneak peek at some of the decor that has been added to the game files. Again, I have no idea when, if they will be live in game. They could be right now, and I just don't know where they come from. Maybe it's going to be a store update later today, next week, next month, who knows. Um, But exciting to see, especially like the Mordish decor and like the lighting. Uh, does it take away from the feel? You guys do not help. One says without, one says with. Well, let me see. Like I'll show you with completely without this. So like if I have it with, and then if you take it without, I don't know. I think it works either way, I guess. We'll just leave it. That was my first instinct to have it there, so we'll leave it. You know, I could always flip a coin. I don't have any coins here. I've got some medicine wrappers. That's about all I have. We'll leave it with. That was my first instinct, so quit trying to second guess myself. That's the problem. You start going, well, maybe I should change this, and maybe I should change that, and the next thing you know, it completely looks different than what you started. But anywho, hope it spurs some additional ideas. Maybe it helps you solve a problem you've been having with a particular build, that kind of thing. Um, his face looks a little crooked now that I'm looking at it. Oh gosh. Let me see if I can fix that. Maybe it's just me looking at it crooked to begin with, but there we go. Just a slight change, but it was bugging me. Anywho, I gotta quit looking at it or I'm gonna keep changing it. Anywho, hope you had fun. I certainly enjoyed it. Wasn't what I intended to make today. I actually didn't have anything in mind, but I think it's ended up pretty good considering we didn't really have a plan in place. Tomorrow we will be back doodling around with some more stuff. Again, I don't really have anything set, but it should be at regular hour, assuming we don't have any further connection issues and stuff. Like I said, since the earlier, like about an hour and a half ago, I had some disconnects and stuff, and I was a little worried. I was on the verge of canceling, but then I got back into the game, and I haven't been disconnected since. So finger crossed that stays that way, and those of you that might be having trouble getting into EU will finally get in and not have any issues. But I would say keep an eye on the forums or WildStar Ops Twitter feed for any kind of updates. Because I wouldn't doubt if it's really a serious issue that we may end up having another hotfix come in just to kind of fix it all. But anyway, thanks guys for joining. And if I don't see you tomorrow, have a super weekend and see you later. Bye-bye.